Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, has launched a probe into a fatal shooting incident in the Maroon village of ACCOMPONG last evening. Dead is Lloyd Davis of Beth Salem, St. Elizabeth. 5 other persons were injured in the incident. At least 2 of those injured are children. Reports coming into our news center are that sometime after 9 last night, a policeman discharged his service pistol after allegedly being set upon by a group of persons in the Maroon village. Here is Superintendent Dwight Daly, who gave a detailed report on the matter.
Approximately 9:40 p.m. last night, the St. Elizabeth Police received a call of shooting in the Accompong community. They immediately responded, and on their arrival, they realized that the victims were already taken to the Black River Hospital. They took control of the scene, and another team was sent to the Black River Hospital. On their arrival at the hospital, they realized that 6 persons were shot and injured, 4 adults and 2 children. One of the adults have since succumbed to his injuries. While they were at the hospital, they received report that a policeman was at the Santa Cruz police station making a report. He was suffering from injuries to his face. Based on his report, we immediately realized that the 2 incidents were connected. Preliminary investigations carried out revealed that the policeman is a member of the Maroon community. His service pistol was seized and he was taken to the Mandeville Hospital for treatment. INDECOM is on board and have commenced investigations. We have mobilized the Community Safety and Security Branch along with the Victim Support Unit to go into the Accompong space this morning to do counseling with the families of the victim. We are appealing to anyone who was at the scene of the shooting last night to contact the Black River Police at 965-2232, 119 police emergency number or the nearest police station.
The matter has also been reported to the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau (IPROB). We will bring you more on this story in subsequent newscasts. In other news tonight, the police are probing the fatal shooting of 2 men in central Kingston last night. One of the deceased has been identified as 39-year-old Carl Jones, a security guard of Wellington Street, Kingston 14. The body of the unidentified man is of dark complexion, slim build, and approximately 6 feet. The shooting took place at approximately 9 p.m. at the intersection of North and King Streets. Residents reported hearing explosions and called the police. Upon their arrival, the men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. The St. James Police Division is investigating the circumstances that led to the fatal shooting of a man in RHYNE Park early this morning. Preliminary reports are that the dead man, Ackeem Taylor, was fatally shot by his father in what the lawmen described as an unfortunate situation. It is alleged that at approximately 5:40 a.m., Taylor's father, a popular St. James-based businessman, upon seeing a shadow on the roof of his house, opened fire and injured the man. After further investigations, it was revealed that the victim, Taylor, was the adult son of the businessman. The police were called to the scene and Taylor was transported to the Cornwall Regional Hospital in the parish, where he later succumbed to his injuries. The Barrytown police are investigating. We will bring you more on this story in subsequent newscasts. Still making Mello TV news, the Kingston Central Police say that 15 of 22 persons of interest have turned themselves in, and 7 others are making preparations to do likewise. Here is Colleen May with more on this story.
Operations Officer of the Kingston Central Police Division, Deputy Superintendent Livell Phoenix, says a significant number of men that have been listed as persons of interest by the police have already come in for questioning and were released.
We would have conducted 2 meetings thus far, both chaired by Senior Superintendent Steve McGregor from Area 4. And those meetings would have involved some of our stakeholders as well, and also involved members, the Member of Parliament, as also caretakers and councillors within the Kingston Central Division. And yes, names of persons who we, the police here at Kingston Central, believe are quite integral in the high levels of criminality that has been plaguing our division over the past month or so were called, and persons have started to come in with their attorneys. A significant number have already been interviewed, and most of them have been released. Since yesterday, which was our last meeting in the Parade Gardens area, one of the main players out of that meeting, we met with him today, along with his family members, and an interview was held with him as well.
DSP Phoenix further assured the citizens of communities in the Central Kingston Police Division that they will see an increased level of policing as the information gathered from the interviews conducted has been helpful.
And we were quite satisfied coming out of that interview. I must tell you that the information that we would have garnered so far interviewing some of these men have been quite instructive and helpful to the police in terms of our planning going forward. So we will continue to embark on this initiative, and as best as is possible to utilize whatever we derive from it to better enhance what we do on the ground in terms of our policing strategies. I am definitely sure that the citizenry within all the communities, Parade Gardens, Rose Gardens, Hallman Town, over in the Love Lane, the business district, will definitely be seeing not only an increased presence, but also an increased levels of activities as it relates to how we police the ground. The information on coming off the ground now has been quite helpful, so it helps us to be a lot more pointed in terms of our approach and a lot more clinical in terms of our approach as well. So therefore, we are expecting that the results emanating from our activities that we'll be embarking on, and as a matter of fact, has already started to have embarked, we expect that those results will redound not only to a return of the harmonious and peaceful atmosphere of the division, but will allow persons not only residing, but persons utilizing the business district, persons just coming through this division will be able to do so within some semblance of peace and order.
He also explained that extortion is one of the main causes of the shootings and murders happening in the Central Kingston area.
Well, the 2 gangs that are currently active in this space and are going at it are the genocide gang and also the darkness gang, which operates out of the Clovelly Road, Rose Gardens area, but also as other affiliates over into the Parade Garden space as well. The genocide gang mainly operates within the Parade Garden space, but more westward towards East Street, going into the downtown sections of the downtown Kingston business district. It's a fight for control of turf, and behind that, the whole issue of extortion. That is the main driver of these gang activities and these high incidents of shootings and murders. Based on our information, that's what we have. However, when you do speak to some of these business stakeholders, they have denied that those things are happening. However, on the ground, we continue to believe and trust the source from which we get our information that these things are very much happening, and is as a result, and it's at the center of what we are currently experiencing in terms of increased shootings and murders.
DSP Phoenix appeals to the remaining men to come into the police for questioning.
Well, the truth is that they are already making arrangements to turn themselves in with their attorneys. We have had communications from almost all of them, and they are making various arrangements to come in and to speak with the I command here at headquarters. Overall, 22 persons were named as persons of interest. And so far, we have about, of the 22, we have about 15 thereabout that would have already turned themselves in with their attorneys, as also at our area headquarters. So we continue to impress upon them to take heed and to make themselves available. Outside of that, where our intelligence leads us, we will definitely be going at them. There's no doubt about that.
Reporting for Mello TV News, I'm Colleen May.
Thank you, Colleen, for that report. And as we continue with the news tonight, the Office of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch was the site of the first divisional tour for Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson in 2022. Major General Anderson toured the downtown Kingston offices yesterday, meeting with the staff as well as the management team. Addressing members of the team, Major General Anderson acknowledged that the branch was staffed by numerous police experts who contributed immensely to the standing of Jamaica, even on an international stage. He noted areas such as the Intellectual Property Unit and the Trafficking in Persons Unit, whose work affects Jamaica's international rating, as well as the National Strategic Anti-Gang Unit, whose work is at the center of high-profile gang cases, including the ongoing Klansman gang trial. During the visit, head of CTOC, Senior Superintendent Anthony McLaughlin, briefed the Commissioner of the achievements of the branch for 2021. Among them was a 72% conviction rate for a year. The branch also seized 57 firearms and just over 1,700 assorted rounds of ammunition. Their investigations also led to 364 persons being charged for various offenses, over $100 million worth of counterfeit goods being seized, and more than $18 million forfeited to the Crown after being deemed the proceeds of criminal activity.